Hey everyone, I'm Kevin with Victory 4x4. In today's video, we're going to be installing this rear lower MOLLE panel in the back of our 5th-gen Toyota 4Runner. Now to start things off, you'll be installing the mounting brackets for the panel. Since this 4Runner is already equipped with our rear window MOLLE panels up here, it actually has the upper mounting brackets in place because the two panels share the same mounting brackets in these locations. If you do not have the upper MOLLE panels, you are going to receive these, so no worries there, with your new lower MOLLE, and you'll need to get them installed. So to get this bracket installed is pretty straightforward. You will have this cargo net tie down clip in place over here, which simply gets rotated 90 degrees and pulled out of this location, and then behind there you'll have a bolt that can be removed with either a number 2 Phillips or a 10mm socket. And then to get it reinstalled, you'll just be using the long M6 button head with the white spacer you see here in the slotted hole on this bracket. Once you have it set up like that, you'll simply rotate it out kind of horizontal and snug this up with a 4mm hex. This front mount up here is incredibly similar. It uses the same hardware configuration to mount our bracket. You just want to make sure that you're going into the round hole here and the slotted hole is out to mount the panel to for adjustment. And before you get into there, you just have this plastic hole plug with a small slot in the bottom that can be opened up with a pick or a small flat screwdriver. For the rear lower bracket, you're going to be removing this cargo tie down hook. For that, you can flip the hook out of the way, pop this little cover up with a small flat screwdriver. Underneath there, you'll find a small hex head bolt that can be removed with a 10mm socket. And this should allow you to get the full hook removed and out of the way. Then you'll take the provided 1-inch tall aluminum spacer, set it down on top of your hole, and then on top of that you'll find your appropriate rear bracket. These are going to be side specific, just pay attention to this radius as it'll kind of nest into here nicely. Sitting that on top of the spacer, you can then grab that tie down hook, a long M6 button head, and slide it down through and begin threading it in place. Now we still want to retain our adjustability here, so we're just going to kind of lightly snug this up so that it's not loose and flopping around, and then we'll have access to that to finish it up toward the end. Then in this front mounting location on the bottom here, you'll need your flathead screwdriver to pop this cover free, and then a 10mm socket or number 2 Phillips to remove this screw. So those of you with the rear window MOLLE panels in place will now need to remove the 2 1/4 button heads in here holding the bottom of this rear window MOLLE panel to the mounting brackets. For that, you'll just need a 5/32 hex. Now you can grab your new lower MOLLE panel and begin sliding it into position. To make sure you have the appropriate side, you'll just make sure the Victory 4x4 logo is down in this bottom front corner. You do want to make sure when installing this with the rear window MOLLE that this is over top of that upper panel. From here, you can really start at either end, but using this top slotted hole, I'll take a 1/4 button head, slide it through the lower mounting hole in this top panel and then through the bracket. And then we'll need to install a serrated flange nut on the back side here. You should have enough room just to reach in behind this panel and get that started. And I will do the same thing in the slotted hole here on the top at the rear mount. Then in the front lower mount, you can take your spacer and your long M6 button head. You'll slide this in behind the panel and start the bolt through the slotted hole out here and into that factory threaded location. Again, we're going to leave all of this a little bit loose for now, but I'll go ahead and run this bolt most of the way in. Then at the rear lower mount, you'll be installing 2 1/4 button heads through these vertical slotted holes with serrated flange nuts here on the inside. From here, it's just a matter of lining everything up and tightening up your hardware. So I would start in this bottom back corner, making sure that these two are already kind of snug together so you don't have a lot of play between the panel and the bracket. You can basically just visually look at the panel and make sure it's nice and parallel to the plastic behind there. And then reaching around here with your 4mm hex, you can tighten this up. Then finish tightening the 1/4-20 hardware, holding the panel to the bracket there. Followed by your button head up here toward the front. And then the 2 1/4-20 button head bolts up here. At this point, if you're installing both a left and a right, you can jump over here and basically repeat that exact same process over on the other side. Aside from that, this installation is now complete. So if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can always email us at info@victory4x4.com or call us at 269-459-8447.